Hello and good evening everybody, welcome back to 7GR. Tonight we are at the great circuit, the iconic circuit here in Brazil for Tier 2. Got a few late pullouts today, so we've got a few Tier 3 drivers reserving tonight, and as you'll see, we're missing the championship leader who had to pull out last second as well, so this is a good opportunity for the likes of Vaughan, Joel, Waze, and well, everybody really to close the gap to the front. So Hasbro is the first one out tonight. Another one who's had a up and down season really. He's definitely got the pace to be up there. He is there pretty much every week, but something or other happens during the race and hasn't collected the points maybe he should have. One win to his season. To his name this season, sorry. There is a rain rumour going about for the race, so we'll have to see later on. Not very surprising around Brazil. It normally is a funny one for the wet weather. So here comes Hasbro to start the first flying lap of the night. We're looking around, well, last season's pole time in Tier 2, where they won 7.31 by Adam. So we're probably looking at similar times tonight, maybe. See if that record gets broken. Just, pole time this season in Tier 3 was 1:08, I think, by Homo. A few cars out on the track already, so let's have a look. Hasbro, and then I think it's Woody Ketchup after him. So here comes Hasbro, who has had a win round here last season. Took victory. One of the very few starts he had last season, and there we go, 1:07.5, so not too far off last season's pole time. What about Woody Ketchup? Did he invalidate? Yes, he did. He's backed out, so it might be the other McLaren stepping into tonight fresh. Reserved from Tier 3 tonight. Now 1:08.8 for fresh. Next is a Red Bull of Finley on the medium tyre, goes 1:86, and then by just behind, also on the medium tyres, 1:87 for him. So Rhino has invalidated, who's now on the wheel, by the way. I don't know if his pace has dropped off or even better. We'll have to see about that. Altari is next as Winnitz, who's had a pole here a couple of seasons ago and a win. Sorry, he didn't have a pole here, but he did have a win here a few seasons ago. His only win in 7GR, I believe, at this circuit. So one to watch. We have a very busy track. Joel is next. Costani is invalidated. So what about Waze starting a lap? Hasbro, no, Hasbro's into the pit, so it is Finley on another lap. No, it's Ackflasher. Does not set a time. We go Fusion Gamer, P7 in the Alpine, reserving from Tier 3. So back to Finley then. Is he going to come in? Yes, he is. Roger Porter, 15.7 at the minute. Can do better. He's invalidated. Is this lap as well? He's going to go for another. Enough fuel. Right, so here comes Rhino in on the wheel now, as mentioned, and he still got a bit of pace. 1:07.8. That's a decent lap. Who's that then? That is Poe, who's coming in. A bit of traffic, sector 3. Who is it? Is it Joel? Joel's invalidated his previous lap as well, but this one looking alright. And it is alright, it's 7.7 for Joel. So that must be Akflasher next then, who has invalidated. Fusion Gamer has invalidated. The Ketchup starting the lap, so we go back to ERS. No. Podgy Porter. 7.1 seconds up on his time, is that big improvement. Who has some good form here this evening. He's finished second in round 1 in tier 3. But obviously racing in the tier above will find it difficult to repeat that. Paul will be the next one then, to cross the line in the Alfa Mare, also reserving from tier 3. So here we go then. Paul will set a 108.1. Goes 7th. Next to cross the line is going to be Woody Ketchup. Nope, he is invalidated. So Akflasher, has he got one in the bank this time? He has, but it's not very quick. He's made a mistake somewhere along the line. What about the Mercedes and Waze? He goes P4 if he improved that lap. Not too sure if he's already there or not. Hamilton now starting a lap. Starting a lap soon. Someone behind him on a hot lap. Who is that? No, it's Poe on a hot lap. Who will be next then? Podgy's up on his time again, but he's run out of the ERS, so he's definitely not going to improve. Oh, no, sorry, it's Hamilton. It's the Haas I was looking at on the minimap if you're starting it out lap. Rhino is getting out of the way. So Philly back out on the mediums. Looks like he only fueled for one run last time. We would catch him on a purple sector. Coming around the final bend, who has form around here as well. Podium last season at this track in tier 2, and he goes P5. So we've got 3 drivers into the 6s now. 7 and 6s. Who's that across the line? That's Fusion Gamer. Rhino starting a lap. Oh, that's Fitzy. Back tonight. Had a little break from the league. But it's good to see him back, and he goes P7. So who is that Ferrari? Is that Bio? He is. He's on the soft tyres now. And he goes P3 with a brilliant lap. 107.6 dead. A good lap there. Winnets, who we mentioned, had a win here. Good at this track. 107.5. And didn't actually see Vaughan actually set the fastest lap there. I missed that one. He was chasing down Adam in the championship. Got a good opportunity tonight. So who is this Alfa Romeo? It must be... That was Paul, but coming in. Bio, did he go for another one? Nope, he's off track. So Joel starting a lap. Will he catch up coming in? Who is this? Williams? Is it Fusion Gamer? Yes, it is. Can he improve? No, he is not. What about the Aston Martin? Oh, Fitzy, has he gone for another one? Nope. That flashes out of fuel. So we'll go back to win it, see if he's on for another one. Nope. We'll check on Lewis Hamilton then. Who is the only driver not to set a lap other than Kays, who's serving qualifying ban tonight. As mentioned in the previous weeks, Hamilton has now switched to no assist, I think, so still adjusting to that. And goes P10 there. So we have to go back to Joel, who's invalidated. Fusion Gamer is on an in-lap. Hasbro back out now. Try and retake that provisional pole. Right, so we'll go on board with Waze and he navigates the Senna S's. Currently P6 away, tight qualifying from about P1 to all the way down to about P9, all separated by a couple of tenths, as you would expect around a short track like Brazil. I find very competitive. This is looking a fairly decent lap here from Waze. I didn't quite catch the sector tiles. We'll find out now as he crosses into sector 3. He is 2 tenths up, so this could be a provisional pole coming up for Waze in the Mercedes. In very good form this season. Right, so here he comes. Will it be provisional pole? Yes, it will. 7.3, laying down the marker for Vaughan, Hasbro and the rest of the field. Look at the Aston Martin across the lines with Rhino, who's still got pace on the wheel. Only 7.5 for him. Is that nope, it's Fletcher starting a lap. So Podgy for up. 5 tenths up, this is a better lap for Podgy. And he is into the 7s, goes P11 and we lost Hamilton. Sure if he retired in the pit lane or lost it somewhere. So it looks like Joel will be next one. He's 2 tenths up. And this could catapult into the top 5. No, he didn't have a very good last sector. Probably due to the ERS. So 3 laps on them softs, so he ran out of ERS, lost that time, but he did go up to P7. I'll quickly check if Waze has gone for another one. I doubt he will. No. Neither will Rhino. So Poe is just about equal with time, but again he's run out of ERS, just like Joel did. So Akflasher will be the next one. He's looking at improving. Yeah, only just. Doesn't move anywhere. There's 2 Alpines next then of Fusion Gamer first. Will be the first ones. Nope, they're both on out lap, sorry. So what about Paul? It must be Paul here in sector 3. And looks like he's on a lap. As will Joel's. So we might have to go back to sector 2 here, and he'll be in lap. So I might have to go all the way back to sector 1 with 2 Altaris, both on out laps, so no one actually on a hot lap right now. Fusion Gamer maybe. His teammate in front. That could be Vaughan. Well, yeah, we'll stay on board with Vaughan because he's challenging here for provision pole, and he's already a 10th up. Looking to take back that provisional pole from Waze. Good so far. And it is looking very good so far. 2.5 tenths up. This should put Vaughan back at the top. And yes, it will. 7.2, very good lap there from Vaughan. any challenges on a lap. Fitzy is capable. He's not currently up. Cut down a P9, maybe a bit rusty. Not being on the game for so long. Nope, he did not improve in the end. His teammate is behind, just riding on an out lap. AlphaTauri is on next. Winnitz lets his teammate through, so Winnitz is on a hot lap here. Didn't look the best of corners when I go on board. But he is 1.5 tenths up nearly, so not quite enough to challenge the top two. As he has had a very good third sector, but there's only one corner in sector 3. And he goes to the top 3, 7.4. Not too bad. A very busy sector 3 right now. Bio is on a lap, we'll stay on board with him. Nope, he is not on lap, he's backed out. So there's that, there's Poe. Joe on an out lap. Finley on an out lap, Akflash on an out lap. So they'll try and fit their final laps in. Hasbo is back out, so is Waze. Porter will be the next one. Or on an out lap. 2 AlphaTauri is probably on an in lap. How about that Williams? Alpine's I never. The game's been out so long I still can't tell the difference between the colours. It's Fusion Gamer then. Will be the next one potentially, but he's looking like he might have run out of fuel. Yes, he has. Finley invalidated. Oh, invalidated. 2 Ferraris are next. It could potentially be on a lap. Bio, here we go. Only just up on his time, but he might run out of fuel as well. Well, that's a very strange way to take that corner. He's teleported half across the map. Will he finish this lap or would he go in? Here we go, he's going to finish it. Nope, did not improve at all. What about Joel? He's up on his time. Goes P5. And there we go, timer has ticked. Vaughan cannot improve his own time. Woody Ketchup is done, as well as Akflash and Fusion Gamer. There is a McLaren. Is that Hasbo? No, Hasbo has not improved. He will not be taking pole. What about Pudgy Port? Can he get into the top 10? Yes, he can. P9 for him. Waze. It's a potential one here. He's 2 tenths up. This could retake provisional pole. And he does. Whoa, by 7 milliseconds ahead of Vaughan. Winnitz cannot improve. He has run out of fuel. Finley. Here we go. Finley can. Has the potential, sorry. Had a lot of poles last season. But does not improve. And I actually just saw, I was just watching his throttle application there. And it was like 90% throughout that whole straight. So I don't know if he's got a problem with his pedal or his trigger. If he's using controller, I do not know. Definitely wasn't going full throttle. So Bio will be the last one to complete a lap with no fuel. And it is Waze who was potentially getting to the championship battle here if he keeps this up. His first pole position as well. But as said, it could be a rain. The rain rumour is alive in the chat. Good evening, Mrs. Fresh. How are you today? So well done, Waze. Your mate Alros there. So his Waze on pole just pips Vaughan and Bio just half a tenth behind. Good luck from Bio. Winnets P4, Joel P5. Good result for the Ferrari boys there. Rhino in P6, Hasmo in P7. Willie Ketchum P8. Podge Porter, good lap here from Tier 3 driver. Fitzy rounds up the top 10. Paul P11. Hamilton 12th. Akflash 13th. Poe 14th. Fusion Gamer 15th. Finley will be a bit disappointed with 16th there. And Fresh 17th. And Keys, who had a qualifier ban. We'll round up the grid. Alright then, let's have bright sunshine for the start of the race, so maybe the rain is not coming on later on into the race. But as I mentioned in the Discord chat earlier, I'm not a fan of this track. Well, I am a fan of this track, but not on this game. Could be because of how glitchy it is, and the amount of times the safety car just randomly comes out. I cannot recall any good race round here on this game. I'm just marred by so many safety cars. 4 or 5 a race just so randomly for every DNF or just a wing on track or something. So 1 minute to a ready up. Right, there we go. 4 hands ready up, and we are be underway very shortly. Hopefully I remember to turn the formation on that one, or on the control. There we go, formation lap is on. Let's have a look at the tyres then. There's K's on the hards and Flash on the hard tyres. Quite surprised, can't remember the strategy around here to be fair, but I think the game tells you to do a 2-stop unless you are on the going on the hard tyres. From what I remember, it generally is a 2-stop. Soft, medium, soft. Probably the way to go, but as mentioned, the safety car likes to come out. Oh, still a bit laggy on track. Could be his connection or the game. There we go, their pit stop strategy is there. So about 11 to 15 laps for the soft tyres. So that is about right for 2-stop. Could probably do a soft medium if you stretch it out, no doubt. But most of the field on the soft start off with just K's, Finley, Fusion and Aquaflash here on the different compounds. Most of the field have opted for the soft tyre, which, as mentioned, the safety car comes out so frequently that could be a good choice. Back on the mediums and then go long. Or potentially hard if it's a very early safety car. Right, here we go. There's Winnitz and Joe declined somewhere to the Hamilton and Aquaflash. Anyway, doesn't matter because the grid is now lined up. Their tyres will not be too affected. K's now lining up to finish off. Oh no, sorry, we've got Tier 3 tomorrow. Keep forgetting. Not to finish off the week, but to finish off Tier 2 for the weekend. So here we go, man. We have 3, 4, 5 red lights on round 8 at Brazil for Tier 2. And we are away. Looks like a decent, very good get away from Ways. Very poor from Vaughan. Been jumped by Bywens. Chaos already at the back. Oh, in the middle of the field. So jostle for position. Saw a wing fly off the back there. It looks like Aquaflash has spun round. But someone in that pack has wing damage. In the middle. Don't know who is Vaughan. Trying to hold off Hasbro, and he has for now. As Alpha Tag going very wide. I think that's Woody Ketchup possibly who has that wing damage. And there's more wing. That's a Haas wing, I think, or it might have been Hamilton's wing. Has come off part of it at least. Yeah, looks like Woody Ketchup has damage. He has fallen back. Let's have a quick look at the. And Hasbro has lost it somewhere into that wall, so potentially some contact. It was the first VSC of the night. That is not how Hasbro's night would have wanted to go so early on. So I'm still trying to look for this. Where is it? There it is. The Fuse Gamer up 8 places after a chaotic first lap. Punchbot up 3. Hamilton up 4, so maybe he did not get damage. Finley and Woody Ketchup and Fitzy all into the pits. Early on, so for wing changes, hards for Fitzy, mediums for Finley, and softs for Woody Ketchup. As we're back on the way, so let's get back to the action. Dodgy on the back of Rhino. It's still Ways who leads this race. As we come to lap 3. Ferrari still going very well, P3 and 4. But no idea what happened on the straight there at the beginning. Or even what happened to Hasbro, who's Very weird place to crash, unless he had a bit of contact, potentially with Vaughan. But here we go, lap 3. Bayer is falling off the pace a bit. He does not have the pace to keep up with the front 3 as things stand. And Winnitz has spun off at turn 1 and into the wall, and he has no wings, so bad opening laps there for the AlphaTauris. There's a back here, Woody Ketchup trying to get past Finley for P15. Goes down the inside. Try to switch back to get a better run, but does not work. But he's got the DRS here. We'll try again. And he goes very defensive. A little bit of bang on wheels. Now Woody Ketchup is just about through. Finley's going to try and hang around the outside, and he'll have to concede that position. So back to the front then, so we're back on the other DRS straight. Vaughan has retaken the lead, or takes the lead of the race, sorry, from Waze. Joel right behind him. As the track does like to trade places every lap. DRS zones could see Waze come back on this straight. Doesn't look like it. O is past Fusion Gamer because Fusion Gamer has spun off here. Down the 13th now. He was running very well on the medium tyres, but now finds himself at the back. Kays is up to P10 after that call off from Ban, avoiding all the trouble. And looks like Hasbro had a problem with the game glitching out or something, which doesn't surprise me, especially around Brazil. Like I said, very glitchy track. Has been for a couple of years on this game. But it is the front 3 then of Vaughan, Waze, Joel getting away from the field. It looks like Fresh has had a spin, second 2. Waze didn't get the best of exits to challenge Vaughan there for the lead, but it looks like Hamilton, who's had a good start here, just a bit close to Rhino. He'll try again on the second DRS ring. There goes defensive down the other side, and Hamilton will go down the other side. It should be an easy move, and it is. It goes up to P5. A good start here from Hamilton. Running on board from Pudgy Porter's view. This battle with 2 Hassers running 5 and 6. A good showing from them early on as well. And then Fusion Gamer gets past Akflash as he runs wide. Yeah, a little DRS train forming from Hamilton down to Paul in P8. As they once again come to the main straight of the DRS zone, not close enough for these guys at top 3. Any other moves, Rhino closing on Hamilton, but will not be close enough. Let's see what kind of run he gets here. Pudgy sticking to the back of these. Now we have a yellow flag, it is set to 1, and I think that could be Fusion Gamer again, who's not the best of reasons so far. After a good start, Akflash it into the pits for a change of wing. So front 3 getting away from Bio, who's just by himself in a minute in P4. Gap not really closing for Hamilton. Quick look at the front of the way. It's like close this time. He could potentially go for a move here. Not using ERS, so just playing the long game. Both similar amount of ERS. Waze, sorry. Gets a bit too much on the curb, and that could have been a warning as well on the second turn. Vaughan stays ahead. Poe is the first to pick up a track warning limit, I think. Any moves down the field, Ryan is still on the backs. Slowly getting away from Podgy, he's burning the ERS to try and keep up Paul. Yeah, full tank, just getting dragged along. Through the field, there's a few gaps. Not much going on at the back of the field, so the battle is here for the lead and P5. As we come round to start lap 8 shortly, it's still Vaughan in the lead. Wayne's is going to be stuck behind any longer, or potentially Joel could potentially be thinking about an undercut very shortly in a couple of laps time. And Vaughan was very close to Waze on that straight. No other moves through the field. Wayne just harvesting his ERS a little bit, that's why maybe Joel closed the gap slightly, but Bio is being reeled in by Hamilton. He could get the DRS on Bio at the end of this sector. Oh, it's gonna be close. I think he'll have it. Yeah, it's 2/10 in. Yes, he had it. Hamilton on the back of Bio now for P4, who has some DRS now. We'll be closing in. All these guys stuck in a DRS train, low on ERS. Paul has the most at the back of it. Still no way past for Waze, but he is harvesting that ERS. He's preparing for the attack. As Poe comes to the pits for his stop, or potentially a wing change maybe. When it's at the back here, 17th, who just praying for that safety car now. So these front three and the rest of the field now will be thinking about a pit stop in the next lap or two. Will anyone who will blink first go for that undercut? No moves yet. Hamilton just about keeping in the ERS of Bio. And there we go. Podgy into the pit, so he's gonna try the undercut. Unless he has a wing change, but doesn't look like any wing is ready for him, so this is full strategy on the mediums go. And he will be hoping to come out in a bit of clean air. He wants his undercut to work. He has to bear in mind the guys here is batting will have the DRS who will be dragged along. So he's going to come out in this fight between Fresh and Poe. Just ahead of Fusion Gamer. That wasn't Poe, sorry, it was Fusion Gamer. He does get ahead, so the cut may work, but he will be under threat from Fusion Gamer if he sticks within the DRS. Back at the front, Vaughan has pulled a little bit of a gap. Will be closed down once again with the DRS, and there goes Bio into the pits. He's fallen off the pace. Yeah, there's about 5 seconds behind before we come in. Paul has also come in. He's going to try and jump Hamilton and Bio. So Paul going very aggressive onto Sauce. Did he start on the Sauce? I believe he did. So soft medium for Paul. Going very aggressive. Podgy looks to be ahead of Paul. Actually, Paul is going to come out behind this battle here. Behind Poe, Fresh, Fusion, and Podgy Porter. So undercut did not work for Podgy on Bio. K's up to P6 now, not stopped on them hard tyres yet. So front three, who will blink here? Vaughan going to cover the undercut. Yes, he is. So Waze and Joel will need to push now. Waze to save the ERS, and I would deploy it now if I was him. So Waze retakes the lead of this race. And hard tyres for Vaughan, going different to the other guys. So this is a one stop for Vaughan for sure. And he's definitely ahead of Bio. So the gap, I think the gap did come down a little bit for Bio to the leader at the time. So it'll be interesting to see what these two guys do now. If they're going to try and do the one stop on the mediums, they've got to stretch their tyres out for another good 2 to 3 laps, I'd say. Not sure how long the mediums are, so Waze comes in, so did Joel. So which tyre will they go for? Hamilton has stayed out, so has Rhino. So soft tyres for Waze, 2 stop for him. Mediums for Joel, he will probably do a 2 stop, but has potential for the 1 stop if he manages to look after them tyres. So here comes Vaughan down the main straight. Oh, and Senna Esses. Has he covered it off? Doesn't look like he has, because he went on them hard tyres. So no, he's lost 2 positions there to Waze and Joel. And lost a fair bit of time. As said, on the hard tyres, wouldn't expect him to get an undercut by too much or at all. So we have Paul holding off Fusion Gamer with 2 tier 3 guys. Oh, just behind, also in tier 3, having a battle for P9. So Waze will need to build that gap as big as he can. Get the most out of these soft tyres. And Rhino is now into the pits as well. Hamilton will be definitely going for that one stop medium strategy. And I think Fusion Gamer has fallen out with DRS at Paul, so this could be an opportunity for Poe to get past. And it looks like he's just going to be a nice, I'd say a nice easy move, but decided not to go for the gap, just tried to drive through him. And there's a bit of bumping wheels as well. Turn 1, but anyway, he is through. So Waze is on the back of K's, who's actually holding him up here. So he gets a 3-second time penalty. Another one. So expect K's to go to about lap 20. Roughly about 26 laps on his hard, so we'll have to do the 1 stop. There should be a nice easy pass of Waze, and it will be. Cutting net P1 as things down. By lining up Vaughan here. So Bio's going to get past Vaughan, or is he? Let's see what his camera angles. Vaughan holds on for now. Bio's got very good at run on him, and it'll be a nice easy pass up to P5 for Bio. Joel picks up a 3-second time, maybe that could be key at the end. any other battles forming. We have Paul closing the gap on Rhino on the soft tyres. Fusion Gamer also still having that battle with Poe for P10. Backflash is in the pits again. Looks Hamilton 15 laps on these soft now. Wade sets the fastest lap of the race. Let's see if Paul can get past the Rhino. Ooh, and Waze gets a 3-second time penalty, so this opens it up even more. So very not many battles on track, but the strategy, battle of the strategies is an interesting one. So we have Vaughan, who was in the lead, but he's going to the end now. We have Joel, who probably do another stop. Ways with an aggressive strategy with the soft softs, and we have Hamilton, who is going to try and do a soft medium. But here he comes into the pits now for Hamilton. That's a good stint there, 15 laps on the soft tyres. On go to mediums. Right, so where will Hamilton re-enter the race? Looks like just ahead of his teammate, Pudgy. Well, it's going to be close. Pudgy completely out of ES. So is Rhino. Woody Ketchup is past Fusion Gamer, who's spun out again. Not enjoying himself out there tonight. So Waze will be in the lead of this race once again, but he does have to pit. So does Kays, who's had a quali ban. He's now holding up Joel. Breeze past. Kays not putting much of a fight. No, he's not racing Joel tonight. There's a few time pennies start to rack up. So Hamilton's actually come out very nicely here. It's already on the back of Vaughan and on the attack. He's going to go for the smallest gap he could have gone for, and he's past Vaughan there for P5. And Hamilton's not going to stop again, so could Hamilton be the one to watch here for the win? We'll find out later on in the race. Well, called the strategy bang on. Fusion Game into the pits, had damage after that spin, no doubt, onto the hards to the end for him. So Hamilton on the back of Bio as well already. He is flying out here. And in the DRS, Vaughan has fallen out already. Just about hanging in on net. Helps that Rhino doesn't have any ERS to play with. There's Poe now coming in for his stop from P10 instead of Woody Ketchup, who's done 15 laps on them softs. So we'll have a quick look at the gap to the leader. Hamilton 10 seconds behind the leader, so I have to say at this stage of the race Hamilton has to be the favourite. no stop for K's yet. It's the only person. Oh, gets a 5-second time penalty for corner cone. He may have sort of lost the car a bit and spun across the corner or something. Let's get back to intervals. Hamilton closing in on the Ferrari of the Bio. Gonna get past very nicely. Bio's gonna try and hold around the outside, but it just doesn't have the speed or the grip. Hamilton up to 4th now. Next target up the road is 4.4 seconds to K's, who have not pitted yet. Oh no, Hamilton is out. He has retired, and there we go. Safety car has come out. He was looking very, very good for the win, but it's a shame. And the first safety car of the night now, which brings back everyone into play. Waze gets a 5-second time limit for speeding in the pit lane. He'll have to go on the mediums to the end. Softs is possible, like Hamilton just showed 15 laps on the softs. Hamilton will be gutted about that. So in the pits comes Keynes. That's very good safety car for him. He'll return in P5 on the fresh mediums. These guys playing it safe on the mediums. A few of these guys are aggressive. Finley, Bio onto the softs. Poe has stayed out on the soft tyres. Joel have not pitted. Paul onto the mediums. Fits in fresh onto softs. Winners be glad to see the safety car. So Fusion Gamer on goes the mediums for Winnets. So Joel was the only person not to pit. Well, had a Vaughan as well stayed out, which is quite surprising. So now, well, I don't know why Vaughan and Joel didn't pit there. Do not know. Because now Waze is surely the favourite to win this. Kays as well could be in for a shout. Remember Waze has that penalty. Bio is also in for a shout on the soft tyre if he can make the most of it. Cool, game kind of pits. I think they might just to be sure a lap door. Something along them lines, but anyway, they've come in now. So only a few cars did not pit. Joel Riley as well did pit. That's a strange decision for me. Rhino, Vaughan, Joel all in the chance for a win here, but I can't see it now. No pit stop for them underneath the safety car. picking up a chat, of course. We might have that rain later on in the race. Well, 13 laps to go. It's not much too much time for the rain to come. If the rain rumour is true, which makes you wonder why all these guys think on the soft that the rain is coming. Poe says 5 minutes to the rain. So that maybe that is why these guys are not pitting front to just keep track position maybe till the rain. But at the minute, 5 minutes seem a long way away with still sunny out there. So here we go in second car. In this lap we could have some late drama with the weather changing. Lots of different strategies out there. Can't call this one. Waves probably the fate. I don't know, it's like apparently I don't know. I do not know. Can't call it. So Joel will lead the pack. There he is. Bring him right to the line, and here we go, back underway. Some early move happening here. K's, who was that? I don't know. Anyway, Poe's going for a move down the inside of Podgy. Byers going to try to switch back on K's, and he's going to do it very nicely. Up P5 for Bio. Side by side action through the field. Woody Ketchup still trying to get past Podgy. And getting a little battle on the back, and here comes Woody Ketchup going for a bit of an ambitious move. Podgy gives him plenty of room. I was trying to say Podgy, I think Podgy just had to move out the way there for Woody Ketchup not to ruin his race, to be fair. And it was a bit of a ambitious move, but anyway, got the move done. As Bio is on charge on these soft tyres up to P3. Soft strategy could be the one. You got 2 seconds gap to Waze and Joel at the front. Expect that to come down. As Finley, Finley's had a horrible race. Wing damage for Finley. Joel is the leader, and that is the other half of Podgy has spun on the exit of turn 2. Still going, just a shave of Podgy. What's happened here? Woody Ketchup spun around. Whoa, what has happened there? There's cars flying off all over the place. And that is a safety car. Future Gamer has DNF'd. What on earth happened there? We've got 3 cars way off track with no wing. DNF of Fusion Gamer. No idea what that's about. Winnett's no wing. There's another car somewhere with no wing. I think it, I don't know, it might have been that Alpina Fusion Gamer who DNF. Yeah, the clouds are now coming, so rain will be on the way. Safety car definitely helps. The wet weather. Joel needs to slow down here. So just looking at the mini map, it was like I was going very fast, and I just saw the closing in very quickly on the safety car. I thought it was going to smash into the back of him. Also, Winnett's, Poe and Podgy, well, I never had damage. I've took the gamble here and just gone for inners. It's not even started raining yet. And Finley also has gone for it, so there, here comes the rain. So the call could be a good one. But they've got our cats to field up first, if it's going to work. So the safety car has actually put a lot of doubt in people's minds. Joel is going to take the risk. Ways, well, everyone's going to follow in. Fitzy has stayed out. Anyone else stayed out? Looks like Paul has stayed out. This it's all about the strategy call now. Fresh is up to P2. Act Flasher, Paul, all staying out. Everyone else on to the intermediates. Now, right, it's literally only just started raining, so you'd expect the track not to be ready for inners for at least another, well, depends how long the safety car is out, but at least another lap or two, you'd think. That's how much normally takes, maybe 3 or 4 at race pace. So we shall see. Yeah, you definitely were, Hamilton. You were definitely up for the winners. I may have commentary cursed you, but I was gutted for you. I really was. Yeah, it does look safety car has thrown in a bit of drama as well. These four sticking to their guns on the dries. They will need the safety car to come in this lap, which it most likely will do. And they need it to stay dry for another good 3 to 4 laps, you'd think, to try and make that gap before it is full into weather. Oh yes, we have Monaco next to this tier. This is that's going to be a good one. not many tracks left in this season. Round 8, so only 4 races after this one. Monaco, one of them, Monaco next week. Jeddah, as you mentioned, I think. Is that the finale, or is that the finale of Tier 1? Can't quite remember. Let's have a quick look at the calendar then. It's Monaco next, Shanghai will be round 10, Jeddah 11, and finish things off in Austria. Some good tracks, apart from Monaco. I do love it myself, but not for league racing. But no, you got to race at these tracks. Could be a key race. Nearly make contact, Fresh and Fitzy. And to be honest, Fitzy does not want to back the back up because he is on the dries. He wants to go as early as possible to get the most out of the dries while the track is still relatively dry. So. Oh, an Act Flash going for a bit of a dive on the Fresh there. Makes contact. K's as part of it is past Rhino as well. So we'll see how much of a struggle these intermediates will be early on. K's and Rhino side by side. When you catch up looking, they all go wide. All 3 of them go wide. Bit of contact on the exit from Rhino to K's. Yeah, these guys will be careful because it's not into weather yet. They can't be full on battling each other and and we don't want to crash into each other. So you see the gap already 3 seconds to win it, so he's made himself up, and there we go. Waze is struggling big time, and that's wing damage. Surely he's lost it and tagged the Ferrari. Might have got away with it actually, but I would not be surprised if that was wing damage. So at the moment, these front four has got it right, but it is all about how quick the conditions change. Vaughan going for a move on the Williams of Poe. These guys need to be careful. Ryder tries a little move down the inside and gets tagged by Vaughan, and he's spun into the wall. That's a full wing loss of Rhino, and he needs to get going, otherwise he's going to cause another safety car. Goes on. He's on the way. So Waze did get damage from that. Back onto it's him. The flag now come out. No safety car. So 7 seconds is the gap, and it's still not looking anywhere near in the weather. So it is Fitzy from Fresh to Akflasher. All three Tier 2 drivers in the top 4. Tier 4, yeah, Tier 3 drivers, sorry. Tier 4, wait, no, but they don't have a Tier 4. Kays has passed Willie Ketchup for P9. See DRS enabled or disabled? That must have been enabled. Well, look. The next one comes. Was that a move from someone? 5 second time penalty for Woody Ketchup. The DRS is enabled. So 10 seconds is the gap from P5 from the inner web. Woody Ketchup's had enough, he's gone on to the softs. So this is going to be a very interesting last few laps. Is the weather going to change? And Woody Ketchup happened there. I think he span in the pit line and reset himself onto the track. So Waze and Rido, yeah, they've called it wrong, I think. But they're gonna 12 seconds. It could all change, yeah. Could all change. Fitzy's got a big lead. So Fitzy is on for the win. Let's have a look at the leader. That's what I'm getting confused about. So yeah, these guys are a full pit stop ahead, just about. It's a great call from these guys to stay out on the dry tyres. Now all they need to do is just keep it on track and then go in if it gets wet. I mean, Paul is not outside the pit window just yet. I do not believe. But the top 3 are definitely outside the top. No, actually, they're all out the pit window. So these front 4 have got this bang on. Then this will be a huge upset in Tier 2 if it stays like it is. Fitzy getting away in the lead. Time to come in will be when you see the little, well, right there I think, when you start seeing it on track, like the splashes and the puddles, and that is the time to go in. They thought I saw it on turn 1, but looks like I think it's now on the switchover point, so 3 laps to go, and I think it is now, yeah, it is now into weather. It's time to come in for this front 4. So watch Joel's intervals and see if the gap starts to close or not. So yeah, there we go, half a second on one corner. So Fitzy should come in now. He stays out, he's mad, he stayed out. Fresh is going to come in. So as Fitzy potentially chuck this away, he's still got a massive gap, but Fresh has got 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane, that's not good. Act Flashes and Paul are just going to go for it. So where will Fresh come out? Looks like he's going to be comfortably ahead. Well, not comfortably maybe, but he's going to be ahead of Joel. Is he gonna? Yes, he is definitely going to be ahead of Joel, and a little bit of a gap. And now these front three have now. Ooh, there we go, just on board. Act Flasher, it just skids around a little bit. So 11 seconds to pull up the road. Oh, it's a move there from Finley on Poe. Up to P10. So concentrated on the front three. When will they pit? Surely Fitz has got to come in this time. 7 seconds slower than his fastest lap. And he's still staying out. This is madness. He has literally just got. You could see a Lando Norris moment. Is someone coming to pits? That is Rhino into the pits. He's on the soft. Oh yeah, I forgot them guys on soft tyres at the back there. So these three are just sticking to their guns and they're going to go to the end. Gap is, well, that's come down 3 seconds in that lap. And the track is only going to get worse. Do you reckon Eldon? I don't know, he's going to be... The track is very bad. DRS is now disabled. Winnitz is on the back of Joel. Yeah, I think you could be right as Waze has retired from the session. Sorry. The gap is closing in very quickly for Fresh. Now four seconds behind Paul. Could get a potential Tier 2 podium, but time is running out. We are on the final lap now. Looks to Fitzy may have called this. Well, either way, even if pitted, he would have still been up front potentially. But as Act Flash didn't pit either, as Willie Ketchup has DNF. Tried to stay out on the dries. Fitzy's just got to slug his way home. You can see how tricky it is. And there we go, Fresh is up into the podium. He's past Paul. Look how quickly that gap, I didn't even notice it. Just how quickly it changed. Too far away from Max Flash here by the looks of it. Well no, not, he's just round the corner. So Fitzy now coming on the last corner, but just see if he manages to make it. Very, very cautious. There we go, he comes home. No, he doesn't! He's crashed on the final corner! So who's going to win, Act Flasher or Fresh? Fresh is on the better time. This is mad drama. The Fresh has come through and he's going to win a Tier 2 race. This is going to be his first one. He's gone very wide. There we go. I know he's got the penalty. Who's going to have it? Act Flasher wins by the penalties. Joel P2 and Fresh didn't even get anywhere near. Paul comes home for podium. Wow! Well, I said before the race I'd never seen a good race at Brazil, but now I have. What a race! What a race! Ackflasher, Tier 3, takes home a Tier 2 win. Fitzy crashed on the finish line, basically. That's a mad drama. That is definitely a 7GR classic. That is probably the most dramatic race this season, no doubt about that. So Ackflasher from Tier 3 takes home his first win in 7GR. Vaughan with a very good second. He's going to close that gap on Adam Paul. A brilliant podium, stuck to his guns on the mediums, got it in the end. Joel P4, Winnets P5, who spent most of the race at the back. Kays had that qualifying band, finished sick fresh, who finished on track in first place, but he had that 5-second speeding in the pit lane, which cost him the win. Bio P8, Finley P9, Podgy P10, Poe 11th, Fitzy crashed on the finish line about to win the race. Rhino, Woody, Waves, Fusion, Hamilton was in there for the win as well, and Hasbro DNF'd earlier. What a race, boys! So there we go. Hopefully that sets the tone for tomorrow's race at Monza for Tier 3. Ackflasher will be racing in that. Let me just double check he has checked in. Yes, he has. So Ackflasher will potentially be looking at going full of confidence anyway for that one. So tomorrow same time for Tier 3 at Monza. That should be an absolute cracker as well. Yeah, that was a fun one to watch, that one. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the end. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Good night.